well as mental health support. So for mental health support, we have a mental health nurse on staff that you can meet with, as well as a telemedicine psychiatry clinic that's rather new and we are really excited about it. It is by referral. And lastly, smoking cessation support. So that's a little bit about our services. A little bit of information that you might need to know beforehand is that at this time, all visits to the health services must be pre-booked. So we've had the telephone number right there in case you do need to come in for a visit. So there's no walk-ins, you need to call in beforehand. And if you are calling in, make sure that you do have your health card on hand or possibly proof of health insurance for international students, as well as your student AC card. And you should also be bringing that in. Another important thing to note is that if you are outside of Ontario, you might need to contact your local primary care provider or public health unit, as you might not be able to come into the college to our health clinic at this time. As well as if there are any cancellations, we do require 24 hours notice. So just next slide. So our online services and supports, our health services website is a really great kind of resource for that. There's a lot of information there and we're updating it right now. We've also got video or phone calls with the physicians and nurses. So if you don't really need a physical examination, we are recommending that video and phone calls be done. As well as we have the telemedicine psychiatry clinic that we had mentioned earlier. So that's also an online support. We are kind of transitioning quite a bit online at this point to offer you all of the services that you need. And then within our health promotion services online, these are a little bit more of the events and activities that we do through health services. Right now, we have the virtual lunchtime yoga. So there was actually yoga today. I hope some of you were possibly able to make it. If not, no worries. Like there's going to be a couple coming up in June as well. So keep an eye out for that. And then we have a Nutrition Around the World initiative, just sort of something for cooking and nutrition. Next slide. So just quickly, these are the pillars of health, basically what we talk about in health services. So sleep, safer substance use, mental health and wellness, sexual health and violence prevention, fitness and nutrition, and general health. Next slide. And just a couple tips, health tips for students, developing a relaxing bedtime routine outside of screens. The counseling services website is great for mental health services. There's some really good online as well as tools there. For fitness, being able to set small goals into a routine and really doing what you enjoy. For nutrition, consulting food labels as well as Canada's food guide. And for sexual health, there's a great resource called Sex It Smart, and it provides free condoms to your door if needed. Next slide. And so just to finish off, we have our phone number here to make an appointment and our email in case you want to share any kind of ideas you have, any feedback, and also the social media to keep in touch with our events. Next slide. Great, thank you so much. That's it for the health services.
Awesome, thank you so much. And just a quick question, I just wanna make sure that the students are aware the health services, those clinic hours and those services are free for students, yes?
Yes, correct, for sure. Everything you can access, and if there are extra charges for prescriptions or that kind of thing, it can be done. But there also are some discounts and stuff for students. It's great.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, thank you so much to both of you. Okay, and so now I want to welcome our president, Claude Brulé. As I was saying before, we certainly, if we were on campus, our executive team would be, you know, on campus in the hallways with us. Our motto is here to help, and they always are. And so I'd like to pass it over to Claude to say some welcoming remarks to our new students. Claude?
Thank you very much, Susan. And good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour à tous. Kwe. As Susan mentioned, my name is Claude Brulé, and I'm your president. And I know it's a weird way to start the term. We're virtually welcoming you to your spring term, and it's my chance now to do so. And we're happy we're at least able to connect in this way. And I'm glad that you're taking the steps that you're taking now to participate in our AC Day 1 webinars. There's a lot of information to pass on to you, and I hope that you're able to participate as much as you can. This information will help you in many ways as you start your term with us in order to be on the path to success. This particular webinar on your health and wellness is exceptionally important right now. We know that during these difficult times when we're more isolated, more socially distant from one another, it's more important than ever to have those points of connections and those tips and tricks to help one another deal with perhaps the stress that you might be feeling as you're embarking on a new venture, anxiety, personal challenges that you may be facing. We're going to be showing you all kinds of links, resources, tools that are available to support your mental health and your general well-being. So I hope you take advantage of this. You've heard on our health services, you're going to be hearing about our counseling services. You're going to be hearing around our project Lighthouse and our umbrella project. Lots of experts that have come together online for you today to provide you with all the information you need. And so I encourage you to ask questions along the way. Don't be shy. This is your moment. This is your time for you to ask those questions. The way we're connected, you can easily do this, as you've been explained at the start of the session. We're all here to support you and to help you be successful. So take advantage of it. And I want to thank you for joining Algonquin College. And I hope that we get to connect again very soon. So have a great evening. And once again, welcome to Algonquin College and to our community.
Well said. Thank you so much, Claude, and have a good evening yourself.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, awesome. We're going to go into the next presentation. So I'm going to pass it over to Marianne, and she's going to talk about our counseling services.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Marianne Hansen, and I am a counselor with Counseling Services. And I want to begin by offering a heartfelt welcome to all of you who are first-time students, as well as to those of you who are returning students. I know that I think I can say pretty confidently that none of you were expecting that this was going to be what this semester looked like for you. But I really want to reassure you that despite kind of being in a virtual world right now, that our services continue and our supports at Algonquin are as strong as ever. So please don't hesitate to take advantage of those services. I think, as Claude said, it's more important than ever. So very quickly, I do want to tell you what counseling does and how you can access our services. It is a confidential service. Many students are worried about that. Any file you have in Counseling Services is completely separate from any other file that you have at the college. It's a professional service. All of our counselors are either registered psychotherapists or registered social workers, and it is a free service as long as you're a student. We provide 3 types of counseling. What we will say personal counseling, mental health and well-being, academics, and career. So for personal counseling, you'll notice on the screen, we do individual and group counseling. You don't have to participate. You can choose which one you prefer, or in some cases, students take advantage of both. And I'm going to show you our website in a couple of minutes, and you can just see how you can see what groups are going on. But I just want to say that on the personal front, we see students for a wide range of issues, from someone having a bad day, having an important decision to make, to, more ongoing issues, relationship issues, addiction issues, mental health issues. And if we're not the best people to help you, then we will make a referral for you. We also support students with their academics. So if you're needing help with time management, study strategies, we have workshops as well as one-on-one. We've even designed a workshop specifically for studying in the online world. So I really encourage you to consider attending some of our workshops. The students who do repeatedly tell us how useful and how much it contributed to their success. And finally, we do career counseling, which of course, if you are having a question about your career path, maybe changing programs, anything like that, we can support you. Next slide. So this is just a quick, gives you a visual of our model, which we call Pathways to Care. And essentially, I want you to know that we don't believe that there's a one-size-fits-all for counseling services. We offer workshops, therapy assisted online. Really, we're looking at a lot of the different apps, and we do have those listed as well on our website: groups, individual sessions, and community referrals. Next slide. So accessing counseling, you would do that through our Welcome Center. Most commonly, people call. The extension is there, 7200. You can also send an email to welcomecenter@algonquincollege.com. The Welcome Center and counseling sessions are available from 8 o'clock in the morning to 4:45, Monday through Friday. I want to make sure that you're aware that it is not an immediate response service. So if you are in crisis, you can't count on being able to talk to someone right away, and sometimes not even the same day, depending on how busy we are. So I will ask for the next slide, and I'm going to show you some of the 24/7 or crisis supports that you may want to, you might want to jot these numbers down somewhere in case you do need to talk to somebody more urgently. 911, obviously, for imminent crisis. We also have the Good to Talk line, which is a provincial line for post-secondary students staffed by professional counselors. And we also have the Ottawa Crisis line. Next slide. If I can just get you to click on this, this will be my last thing. I just want to give you a quick glance. Can someone click on this link?
I'm afraid not, Marianne, but we'll post it in the chat and students will be able to click on it from there, okay?
Okay, so I just want to tell you a couple of things about our website since I can't take you there. But on our website, you will see it's pretty clear. You can click for mental health, for academic, and for career, and those will have links on it to our workshops that I was mentioning. And there's also a link on the right-hand panel for the groups. And if you click on that, you can see what groups are coming up and who to contact if you're interested in joining a group. There's also our apps are on there. So lots and lots of good resources. I encourage you to take a look. So the last slide. And thank you. So if I can leave you with one thing, successful students know when they need help and they reach out and they get help. And I think that's more important than ever. If you are struggling in any way and you're not sure who to talk to, start by talking to someone, and counseling may just be the place for you. So good luck to all of you, and enjoy your semester. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Marianne. Very well said. And we'll make sure to post that link. And I'll remind our students that these webinars are being recorded and they'll be posted on our orientation page afterward.
Okay.
So you can get that information there as well. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So moving on, we have Sarah Crawford with the Umbrella Project and the Project Lighthouse. I'll turn it over to Sarah to start her presentation.
Perfect. So my name is Sarah. I am the Sexual Violence Prevention and Harm Reduction Coordinator at Algonquin College, which means that I get to manage two really fun projects. One, Project Lighthouse, is all about consent and dating and healthy relationships. The goal of Project Lighthouse is to end sexual violence on campus, but we do that through a number of different ways. We have lots of activities and outreach and engagement. We are trying to figure out new and fun ways to engage our students in the next little while. We have every Thursday, we have an Ask an Expert series where you can ask us questions, anything you want to know. Each week is a different theme. We have coming up some hot, what is it called? Hot drinks and hot topics. So all kinds of different things people want to discuss, and our participants will get gift cards for coming. So that's an incentive for folks. And then coming up in August, we are going to be doing glitter and gab. So look out for that one. We'll be sending folks home. We're looking for new students especially to send people home kits to do different arts and crafts if you sign up for the 4 weeks. And we'll just talk about fun different things. So really trying new engaging ways to reach out to our students. So yeah, look out for those. Next slide. What Project Lighthouse does is it shines a topic on sexual violence and helps students navigate healthy relationships. So in each of the activities that I talk about, really what we're engaging with the students and with you folks around is talking about healthy relationships. So what does that look like? You can go on the Project Lighthouse website. There's tons of tools to talk to your partners about consent and healthy relationships and dating. Each of the weeks that we are going online, we're talking about different things, and the hot tips and hot drinks. Oh, I have Monday, but it'll be online and you'll see it. But if you sign up for that, there's lots of great different tips that we'll have for healthy relationships and fun dating techniques and things to do during COVID, because we understand that it can be hard for folks whether they're living with their partners or not. And there's also resources for where to go to get help if anyone needs. Next slide. So we typically do lots of different campaigns. So we have usually monthly campaigns, but now that everyone is online, we're actually having different things each week. So if you look up the hashtag AC Project Lighthouse, you'll see different things each week, just tips on what consent looks like and how to get that. So there's going to be lots of fun different things for folks on the social media, Facebook and Instagram. Next slide, sorry. So typically when September starts, we have tons of fun events. We are going to try and transition these to online. So we do a tie-dye usually. So if for our glitter and gab session, there actually will be tie-dye t-shirts in there for folks to do at home. We're trying to figure out how we can do the everything's you want to know about sex over online. So that's sort of what we're doing each Thursday is answering different questions. And then the hot drinks and hot topics is going to be sort of like that, where folks can come and ask anything they want to know about sex. We're not going to have comedian spending. We might do something like that in September, but for now, it's just us answering all your questions about whatever anyone wants to know about sex. We're there and we're happy to help with that. Next slide. So the Umbrella Project is another great initiative that I get to work on. And so it's all about safer substance use. Next slide, please. So it's creates a safe place on campus for students to discuss alcohol and other drugs. So we want to make sure that folks are feeling supported and know that there's places they can go to get help if they do have any problematic effects of substance use. We do lots of different outreach and engagement techniques for substance use as well. And we want folks to know that we'll meet them where they're at. So there's no judgment about wherever people are at on their harm reduction journey. We just want everyone to feel supported. So whether you're using substances or not, or aren't sure, or want to learn more information about, how to use drugs safely, or how to lessen your substance use, or how to work with your friends or family, or talk to them about their substance use, we're there to support with any of that. We also work with counseling services. So Marianne mentioned earlier that they work with people for substance use. So if anyone needed to talk to someone, we have counselors trained that could do a harm reduction consultation and make sure everyone's feeling safe and supported. Next slide. So really all we do is create lots of campaigns and awareness about harm reduction strategies. So trying to promote the best way that we can, the safest ways for folks to use substances. We really make sure that if students aren't getting the supports they need on campus, that we can link them with community support programs to make sure that everyone feels safe. We do run when we're in school smart recovery each week, so that's a place where folks can talk about being in recovery and get help with that. It's a peer-based support model, so all of those are things that we offer, and if people don't feel safe or comfortable connecting on campus, we will connect you with off-campus resources, and there's tons of takeaways. If you look up the Umbrella Project website, you will be able to see all of the resources on how to use substances safely. And again, each week we're posting different ways for safer substance use. Next slide. I think that's it. Oh, so harm reduction, what is it? It's anything to reduce harms related with drugs without requiring people to stop using drugs. So again, like I said, they can be targeted at each person or person working with their family or friends. And so we use it at a community-based level, so throughout the college campus. Next slide. So if you check out the website, this is what it looks like. We do have some the rainy days apps. There's 6 different games, and depending on which topic you're going for, it will teach you about using substances in the safest way possible, as well as tips for how to keep yourself safe. If you see there the try E, chug, and e-toke, that's a really good resource to see if your substance use, if you're using substances more or less or the same amount as your peers throughout in different colleges. Yeah, thanks for highlighting that. Next one. There's some online trainings too, which are really good if anyone wants to do, but they're all on the website. You can check them out. It's all free. You can learn anything you'd like on there. Next one. I think that's it. Oh, that's not even all of our websites. SSS. You'll find them there. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. And again, we'll make sure to post those things in the chat so that everyone has those links available to them. Okay, so moving right along, I'm headed over to Laura, who is actually on my team, so I'm a little bit biased. The AC Hub and the Volunteer Center has some excellent programming. And just to preface, certainly the programming that we've heard and the services that are available to you, we've mentioned they're all free and very important, and certainly reach out and know, as Marianne was saying, to ask for help. But part of health and wellness as well that we've really focused on in our student programming is some me time. And we can joke that there might be tons of me time right now, but it is a stressful time. And, you know, students have different levels of anxiety and different ways to cope with things. And it's important to, you know, have some fun and join in some of these activities. So I'm going to pass it over to Laura, and she's going to talk a little bit about the AC Hub and the Volunteer Center.
Thanks, Susan. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Algonquin. So as Susan said, my name is Laura McClellan. I am the Student Engagement Information and Outreach Coordinator. I work in the AC Hub. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the AC Hub and what we do and what we can do for you here at Algonquin. So our culture is all about these 4 words that are up on the slide. You can see people, collaboration, engagement, and inspiration. So we try to bring people together. We try and encourage them to try something new, to think outside the box, to step outside of their comfort zone, and to engage with others and really kind of feel that sense of community that is so important right now when we are feeling isolated. Just because you're maybe physically alone, you're definitely not alone. So the AC Hub, we are a department. We are also a space on campus. It's a really funky space, and hopefully you'll get to see it sometime when we are able to return to the campus. If you were in the webinar that I spoke in earlier, I was saying I was trying to find a space in my house that looked the most like the AC Hub, and so this is kind of the best I could do here. We have a lot of plants in the hub, and we have a lot of kind of really funky lighting. So this is my AC Hub lamp here. But anyways, hopefully you'll get to see it in person one day. So let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, so within the AC Hub, we have our volunteer center. And again, it is a physical space on campus, but we also have a fabulous website, and we're doing all our volunteering virtually right now. So the first thing that you can choose to get involved in is our virtual community projects. So these are an initiative between the AC Hub and then not-for-profit organizations in the Ottawa area. And this is where students can donate their time and give back to their community. So typically what this would have looked like is going out in the community and volunteering, but that's not something we're able to do right now. So as I mentioned, these have all gone virtual. So some of our upcoming community projects that you can get involved in are our inspirational message one, which is where you create an inspirational message. It could be in the form of a poster. You could do like a cool chalk design, and you would photograph that and then share the photo of that on our social media and hashtag it with some of our hashtags that are online. And when we see that, then that is you participating. So again, just feeling that sense of community and being social as much as we can. We also have a food donation community project coming up. We have a social media challenge where you can shout out a local business or a frontline worker. So yeah, you should definitely check these out. And our community projects are all listed on our website, which I think I saw come up in the chat there. So you can read about all the upcoming ones. And then just a little note about the graphic on the screen. We've aligned all our community projects with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, which are 17 goals that the UN has set out to achieve by 2030. And they're really awesome goals, and we're really excited to be supporting that. The Volunteer Center also has a volunteer database online, and that is, if you are really looking to get really involved with volunteering, you can check out the database, and that is where you'll see opportunities posted that are not necessarily organized by Algonquin College, but these would be organizations in the Ottawa area who are looking for volunteers right now. And it's almost like a job posting type thing where they'll post what they're looking involved. It has a student navigator program. What this just a little bit overwhelmed, and you just want with news about upcoming events, about supports, about resources, and just kind of general information that may help you along the way. Just so that you feel you kind of have a go-to person. You can email your student navigator about any questions you might have. If they can't answer it, they can certainly direct you to the right department or resource. So some of you have probably already signed up for the Student Navigator program. With you. Next slide, please. Okay, so in the AC Hub, we also have fabulous events. So Susan was saying at the beginning, right before I spoke, just how important it is to have that me time, to feel that sense of community, to stay connected. So we have moved our events to online, and we're calling them our AC Always Connected Events series. Where the ones that are alive right now, but I know we can all learn some tips and tricks, so tune into that. And then we also have a cooking demo coming up with the head chef of Fratelli, who's going to be doing an awesome cooking demonstration in the kitchen at Fratelli in Westboro. So I highly encourage you guys to sign up for both of those, learn something new, get involved, and stay connected with your college community. Next slide, please. Last thing to just kind of mention is that in the AC Hub and in student support services, we are things AC Hub, but our really connect with other students, learn something new.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura. I'll plug those events as well, and we can maybe get the link up in the chat. Thank you, Michelle, for the SS events page. And again, I keep saying this, but all the things that you're hearing about today are free for you. So take advantage of being an Algonquin College student, because there's tons of stuff that's going to be offered to you that will be super helpful. Okay, so we're going to move into our Students Association. I just want to make sure, there we go. Okay, so Megan, I think I'm coming to
not here, but I will speak on her
Oh, Erica,
behalf,
I
if
knew it
that's
was
fine.
you, Erica. I
No,
was like,
that's
that looks
okay.
a lot like Erica.
No worries. I'm Erica Johnston. I am the Client Service Associate for the Fitness Zone as part of the Students Association. I'm just going to see if I can just get you to go back one slide. I'll just talk about the Students Association in general. I know that with COVID, you may not be able to enter and enjoy all these services, but they will come to you when we are able to go back to our norm. So just what we are here to promote would be our services of a health and dental plan that we offer for students. The health and dental plan that we offer here as insurance for students that are here. There's specific ones that you can do through the links and things that we have on the website. We also offer housing options or kind of a Kijiji rental list as to see what postings are around campus and or near the area so that you are able to be accommodated here while doing your studies. We also have our food cupboard on campus for students who may need an extra little help. This is an application process. We do ask you just to follow the link along for the Students Association. Some of the things that we have for campus would be our student life. We have our Wellness and Equity Center that are doing events still to this day that are online, obviously, but we do have a center for students to go to if they ever choose to need. We also have our Clubs and Communities office and our services. So these are different clubs and communities on campus that students run to bring in different talents and genres of interest to anybody and everyone that is here. So please inquire online as well. We also have our theater events, so things at the athletics facility and our athletics team. So I will be talking more about that in the next slide. So you can go ahead to that. We do have our gym facility, but unfortunately with COVID, we're closed. So we're offering different workouts and routines online through our Instagram and our social media. So whether you have a small apartment or a large apartment or any open space, no equipment of some, we have some challenges and things for you to do. Stretching, mobility, keeping yourself moving during this time, because it is important to, think about yourself and your wellness and your health during these things, because it's you that will be carrying yourself through this year. So we'll go to the next slide there. So you can find us all through Algonquin Student Association or Algonquin or SA_Algonquin. That is our Instagram page where you can find all of our stick. I'm sitting on a chair doing a mobility exercise. So follow along and challenge yourself. Let us know, give us feedback. They are posted every Monday and Wednesday. So you'll see the slide. So we are here for you. So let us know what you'd like. If you want to see a live workout, if you want to challenge us to a workout, we're all down. I know my team and I have been coming up with some ideas, but we can't wait to see what you guys have and what you probably would like to see, whether it's an outdoor running instructions on how to be running, biking, just something at home, maybe using a couch workout, things like that. We're up for any random little things that you want to challenge us with. So please, we want to hear from you. Email myself. My contact information is at the bottom of this slide, but you can also contact us via Instagram as well. And then we'll go to the next slide there. That is us. And from behalf of the Student Association, welcome to a very odd term of school, but we're all here for you, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the next few months.
Awesome. Thank you, Erica.
You're welcome.
Okay, we're going to open it up for questions. So we really do encourage you. This time is obviously for our students, and if you have any questions about any of the information that you've heard in this webinar, now is the time to ask. And I don't want to rush, but I'll give you a couple of minutes there. If you can think of anything, just post it in the Q&A and we're happy to answer it. A reminder that a lot of those links will have been posted in the chat, so you can certainly click on those to get a little bit more information. And I will say it maybe a third or fourth time, just remember that these services are free. So it really is important that if you do need that extra bit of help, certainly ask for it. It's here for you, and that's what our job is. So we have a question about condoms. So once things open up, and Sarah, I'll come to you if there's maybe a plan in place for students to be getting free condoms.
Yeah, so you can get them when you get back on campus, or Tamara said you can check out the Sex It Smart. So through Ottawa Public House, they only if you live in Ottawa, though, they will mail you condoms to you. But if you live in Ottawa and the surrounding area, they will. If you live in Toronto or something, they won't. But they're able to mail them to you. I think you can get up to 10, and you can like pick what sizes you want, and there's all different like latex free options. So they're all available on the Ottawa Public Health Sex It Smart website, and that's where we get
have them. You'll see AC hub desks are all around campus, and we have them there. And then certainly Tamara and Rose were talking about C141 where health services is, and you could access them there. And so certainly they will be available to you. Very good question. Okay, I'll wait and see if any other questions come up. After this, we're going to move into some mobility work, which I think is really important, just to stretch out a little bit after such a busy day. And again, this is all about health and wellness, so I think it's important. So I'll just give it a little bit of time here and see if students have any more questions. And maybe I'll take the opportunity, Marianne, I'm just going to come back to you for a minute. We get a lot of questions in Hubmail and in our orientation emails from new students inquiring about our counseling services and about our Center for Online Learning, or sorry, for our CAL services. If you want to just go over the process in terms of the Welcome Center and what that looks like right now, because we're not on campus, and how they can get a hold of them.
Right. So on the slideshow, there was a slide on that, but it's a very important question because for many students, that's where it starts. So our Welcome Center staff are all working from home, and you can call the college number, and they've, you know, through the magic extension 7200. Sometimes people are calling because they have a question. Sometimes, and most commonly, they're saying, I want to make an appointment with a counselor or a counselor from the Center for Accessible Learning. If it is a disability issue, could also be for employment, because we also offer support for students who are looking for employment or help with resumes and that kind of thing. So the Welcome Center covers all of those services, and you just let them know which service you're interested in getting an appointment with, and they'll let you know when the next available appointment is. And then as usually a Zoom meeting is set up. If for any reason that doesn't work for you and you would prefer a phone call, then that's also an option.
Excellent. Thank you, Marianne. So we did get one more question. I'll take this last one before we move into our mobility. They're asking if we have any 12-step meetings such as AA or NA. And so I see Sarah nodding, so I'm going to come to Sarah.
Yeah, so we don't have 12-step meetings on campus. We go with Smart Recovery because it works for all substances. So that is something that we have on campus for students. It is a peer model. It is different from AA and NA. But if students are looking to access the 12-step models, there are some online programs currently running. We have promoted those on our Facebook, so folks can look out for them. But there are currently some online meetings happening that I know students can attend. But on campus, we do run Smart Recovery.
Excellent. Thank you, Sarah. And then one more just came in there. The presentation will be available if you go to the orientation website. And you would have seen it when you registered for AC Day 1. You were brought to that page. And so all of the webinars oops. Sorry, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to pass it over to Alex.
Hello.
Hello, Alex. And
Hi.
you are going to take us through some movement. So what I am going to do is stop sharing here. And I will pass it over to you, Alex.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So my name's Alex Morehouse. I work at the Algonquin Fitness Zone along with Erica, who spoke earlier. I am a client service associate as well, though I am a certified personal trainer. What I'm going to be leading you guys through today is more of a focus of mindfulness rather than just stretching, just because I'm not sure what everyone's situation is like at home, if they are able to stand or sit easily. So we're going to do a little bit of mindfulness here with a little bit of neck stretching, so we get the best of both worlds. Something I did want to enter in here as well, though, is that I did use the counseling services back when I was a student, and I found it extremely helpful. So if you want a live example of somebody who's benefited from that, that's me. So we're going to get started right away here. So what I'm going to have you all do is we're just going to start by closing our eyes and first noticing our breathing and steadily having it slow down. Doesn't have to be a rush job. What I'm looking for here is just, I want you to pay attention to my voice. You can close your screens as long as you can still hear me. That's okay there. And now that you've taken a breath, I want you to try to relax the muscles in your face and in your shoulders, anywhere along the body that you're feeling tension. So for myself, I've had a good workout today, so we're going to have a little bit of a neck strain. And just take a couple moments to really focus on your breathing. You can take your head and good. So we're going to try a steady breathing technique called box breathing. So I'm going to have us all take a big breath in over the course of 4 seconds. So we're going to go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold our breath. 2, 3, 4, and release. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do this for one more time through. So big breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. And release. 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold there. If you can't hold for the 4 seconds, that's okay. Just do what you can. Hold for as long as you can. Work your way up slowly to that 4 seconds. I'm going to go for one more time around. If you've already started ahead of us, that's okay. So we're going to inhale, big breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. And release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. I can't see you all, so I hope that you were all able to participate. Take a little time here at the end just to notice how your body's feeling, if there's any excess tension anywhere that was held, if you're slowly finding out that your breath isn't able to be held for 4 seconds, maybe you got to work on some cardio while you're at home. And if you do, just take a little extra second here. Just take a moment to find a little pinch of gratitude, just something that you're thankful for, even over this last week. Bring a little mindfulness to that.
Okay, thank you so much, Alex. That was really, really nice way to end the day, and certainly remembering to be grateful for what we have during these times are so important. So thank you for doing that.
Thanks.
Okay, so I'm going to say thank you. I feel so calm. I'm going to say thank you to our panelists for joining in, and of course to our students, and to remember that we're here to support you, and you know, everything has been moved online, and we know that the semester looks different, but we're doing our very best to make sure that you do feel supported. I hope that you have engaged in today's virtual AC Day 1 and been a part of a few of the webinars and the social activities to really get a sense of what Algonquin College is all about, and that you do feel like part of the community already, because that is our goal. So again, check out the orientation website, AC Day 1. All of these recordings will be there for you, and reach out to any of us if needed. I want to wish everyone a really good evening and have a great first week of this spring semester. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you, everyone.